Cartridge.
Josh, this is your other arm. I have a big hand.
Fucking Play-Doh hands.
I think Wesley's still playing.
Well, yeah, I mean, boys and girls,
Always.
this is what we call technical difficulties.
It happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody.
Sometimes your Viking friend hits his knee.
Hits his knee on the thing, and
The
my
entire
inner Viking
booth.
was like, "Let's go! This is so intense."
It is, yeah, we were talking about something. It's just me and Josh now.
Oh, look at the church on my shirt.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be Dark Side
It's
game.
green.
Because he's green.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I got shot.
Do you like these old school Dark Side shirts? These are old school now.
I got shot.
These are. Josh hit his knee on the thing and the whole booth turned off.
I hit my knee on that, I guess, and then I turned the whole booth off. Look, I got shot because my church wigs are green.
Nice. Can you
On a-
bring me 2 barrels?
Two barrels.
We're out in the Brilliant Xbox. What
You
about
sit
me?
right here.
I have to go pull a Pokemon list.
Let's pull. Sit down for a second. This is Annika.
Hello.
She's usually the person I go fix it. I usually help her with it. No, we got Jeremy too. Jeremy's so smart. He should be a millionaire, but he's not. Don't
He's
know
not.
why. So confusing.
He's chilling. He's
Okay,
having a good time.
that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go pull that Pokemon list.
All right, you have fun. All right. I'm looking at one Matthew Gideon. I'm gonna try to get him in here. Come on. Get in here, Galloway. Are you Is this a winner's interview?
Yeah, actually.
Hog champion Matthew Gideon.
Howdy, I am here.
This is Matt.
Howdy.
He is playing Prism today.
I am. I took all the auras out of my deck and just put in a bunch of cards that kill people. Been having a great time.
Just like, we're not about wars these days. We're about murder.
I mean, like, just the meta is so fast right now, and it's really hard if you don't go, like, all in on, like, the control as an archetype.
Yeah.
And so I sleeved up the aggro cards. I'm playing Phantasmaclasms and Pummels and all these cool cards that everyone at Locals told me not to.
And now you're gonna win the whole thing.
I mean, bro, round 1, man, I played some cards, bro. I played some cards. They weren't ready for me.
That's good. Who'd you play against?
So I played against Icelander.
Okay.
So Icelander only has 1 piece of armor that blocks for 2.
Okay.
Which is really important in this matchup because Herald of Erudition comes in for 5 with Dominate, and if it hits, they basically lose the game. Yeah, when it hits, I draw 2 cards.
Oh,
That's
okay.
usually enough of a tempo swing.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
just like doing it.
a big deal. And the version of the deck I'm playing now can copy the effect because we play there's a fractal replication card that copies stuff that's on the combat chain.
All right.
And I triple Erudition the guy and his deck exploded was basically what happened.
Amazing. Did you know we got subs now?
Bro, y'all are rich now. That makes sense.
Okay.
Bro, they're so wealthy. Look, we can get subs.
No, like we said, we had some technical difficulties at the end of Mitchell's matchup, but it wasn't working out for him anyway. Huh?
So is this where all the cool kids are hanging out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, come back.
You can get in
four-person
here
interview with the boys.
We can get in here with that.
But not with that backpack on, you can't.
Squat and lean. Friendship.
Mitchell was just losing on camera over there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, well, imagine losing.
Tag.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. I gave my winner's interview. You have to give the loser's interview.
Get in here, Mitchell. Mitchell's new to our scene.
That's a word for it.
You are.
Yeah.
He's got a cooler beard than I do.
It's only because my wife does my.
My wife does my hair.
Yeah. My wife does all my lines up and my hair and everything.
that's good.
That's why I look like shit, because she's still in Texas.
When's she moving out?
This Monday she flies in.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I haven't
Yeah.
seen my wife in like a month and a half.
Oof.
Yeah.
That is sad. I haven't seen my wife in about 6 hours, and I miss her.
Yeah.
So I feel you. Nah, I don't really feel you that much. But I'm gonna drive home. So I just go see her. But no, that's awesome. Mitchell works for Jasco, which is a different card game company. They do My Hero Academia. Nuts. The deck building game.
Academia.
They play Sky High, the anime. No, sorry, I messed it.
Sky.
I've been calling that. I watched like 3 seasons of My Hero, and I was like, "This is just Sky High, the anime, right?" And then,
I mean, it is.
yeah.
It is.
But they have a sweet game. Super pumped. Matt actually works for them too.
Where's Gideon?
I don't know. But Mitchell is. What do you do for them?
They hired me on as their warehouse supervisor. I'm fixing all their back-end distribution issues.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's my job to figure out how to get stuff to people.
That's good. That's good. Are you guys gonna do direct distribution?
I'm not allowed to answer that question.
Got him. Damn it. Oh my God. I'm trying to get Mitchell to break his NDAs.
Oh my god. No, don't make him break it.
Look,
Bro, we got a fight.
PhD never made me sign an NDA, but Jasco definitely did.
100%.
Jasco definitely got you.
Oh yeah.
Who's the
I set
fight?
up the next one. It's Sean versus Wesley. Wesley's playing Icelander today.
Oh,
Spicy
man.
one.
Okay. Boom. Let's switch over to here. All right. Thank you very much, Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh God.
you hit unlock. Oh. Well,
Are you sure?
there
There it is.
I know
Boom.
there was one thing.
Okay.
Uh,
Who's on which side?
Sean's on the left side.
Okay. And then it's this way of Sean, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean. And then he's playing Phi.
Just best. What? Oh, it was I must put best deck.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
And then-
Am I wrong? What's Boyle playing?
He's playing Icelander. Isyander. I think it's SY.
Oh, Icelander. Okay.
How the fuck do I spell Icelander? Here, I'll try to find the marble. I'll probably lose it.
What's y'all?
What's up? And then I put me and Christian on the over here. Iyslander. There's no S. Huh.
Is there not an S? That is
There's
it?
no S. It's just IYS. Oh, the S comes after the Y.
Oh. Okay.
And then Christian's on the left side. I'm on the right side. He's playing Oldham. I'm playing Lexi.
Okay. Okay. And it is round 2. And then it is Control Shift P. Wes. You can start. It's gonna be me and Jeremy in the booth. Me and you in the booth. You better get in the booth. Don't worry, it's just your boy. Do. No problem, guys. Don't worry about us. I'm just trying to set up the second match. But I don't know who Peter's playing. And then we got Oldham. Versus Joe. Can you tell me what Peter's playing? Can you go tell me what Peter's playing in his? Yeah. What hero? Sorry guys, it's just me here.
Lexi, Lexi.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Here we go. Josh, you coming back? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ocean Man. I appreciate that, 94 man.
It's Kenny.
Oh, hi, Kenny. Sorry, man. I wish you were here. You could be commentating with me. Be me, you. Get a little funny, a little stink. Get a little wiggly together.
Kenny is not showing up because he's got to give someone else a chance to win.
Kenny is so good.
He's so good.
Oh, we need to reset the timer. Hopefully Joe hears that.
You guys didn't change the thing.
What did it change?
It says he's playing Lexi.
No, that's Wes.
Is that who that is?
No, he's playing Icelander.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was told.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said it's Wes, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wes.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh no, Peter's playing Lexi.
Oh, Peter.
Yeah, the pumpkin eater.
Yes, Peter Pumpkin Eater.
I do truly miss Kenny.
Yeah. We all do.
I don't think he's even followed us.
March 5th.
Oh, wow.
Since March 5th.
Wow. Amazing.
Those are his 4 comments in the chat.
Would you like to review your 4 comments, Kenny? One says, "Get that bread, Peter." That was in March.
That's when he followed.
That's good. The next one is June 7th. Damn, Kyle. She took the body in the separation too. Very funny. She spits in my mouth now.
And then
today he's playing Lexi.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I remember that stream.
Funny stream.
That was one hell of a stream. That VOD no longer exists.
Really?
Yeah, they expire.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, they do expire after like a month or something.
Oh, okay.
Like from Twitch. But you can yeah.
You can save them.
Yeah. Not that one.
Not that one.
Definitely not that one.
Anything with Kyle Delgado is probably just him being like Eeyore. Hi guys, I'm Kyle. I have the soul of a Victorian child.
But he does not look like one.
No, he looks like a. Have you guys ever heard of the hit TV show Dinosaurs? Do you remember the baby one? Not Mama. No? Okay. Well, he looks like that. Are we on the street?
I don't know. They might not ever fish me.
No, I mean like up there.
I don't know.
It's okay. No problem. There's 2. We got an Icelander matchup versus Phi. I believe these are two.
Nope.
Rip.
They're all busy.
Yeah, I'm not
Maybe
worried about it.
doing-
So this is a Phi versus Icelander matchup. I don't have any list in front of me, but if I know anything about this game,
Okay.
I believe these are two. Who did this? Why are they like this? Did you see that?
That's on the side.
Uncouth against God.
You want to click the button? If you know, you know.
So I'm pretty sure. Whenever you play non-tag, blah 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 blah.
You can play cards at instant speed. That's cool.
Yeah. So what I think of this actually, what it is like an aggro. It's like a taxes deck. Which is what Wes is playing. He's playing like a taxes deck that is trying to slow down the Phi game plan. Which the Phi game plan is to put consistent pressure and rebuy free damage from Phoenix Flame.
Okay.
So Phi says for every time you have 2 Dragonic attacks in your chain, you can bring back a Produce Flame, or I'm sorry, Phoenix Flame, and it costs 1 less for each Draconic attack you have, because it's usually just buy it back for 3, but you can buy them back for 1 once per turn. That's my phone.
I'm still charging.
Well, not anymore. It's in my hand.
Look, Kenny appeared for a second.
Oh, did he?
Kenneth appeared. Kenneth has left.
He's playing Lexi.
He is playing Lexi. Do you want to see his other comments?
Yeah, he's had 4 messages in the channel.
No, I remember those two.
Yeah. It is
What
pretty
was the
cool.
first one?
Get that bread, Peter.
This is when he used to like Peter.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Now hates him.
Okay. Give me 7 for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
It's gonna be me and Jeremy.
Hot minute.
Well, at least a minute. I don't know anybody who could sprint to the bathroom and pee faster than Josh.
You'd be surprised.
He does waddle. I like the way the money waddle waddle. Waddle waddle. I love the Texas speech songs.
All right. So are these
So these are Flesh and Blood cards.
are flesh and blood
Man,
cards.
our feature match is off center. That's gonna bug me.
Yeah, it's a little annoying, but you know, fix it post. Those the decks first. Why can't I say he's playing Lexi?
No, because the backup match is playing Lexi.
Can he even hear still?
No, it's just me and myself. And this one viewer. Solid viewer, though. Whoever that is. We got some subs, though. Heineman?
Hit him in.
Oh, it's still you. Hi, Kenny.
Kenny.
Kenny, do you, we had a whole... We're almost done with the sorting project, Kenny.
Everything.
Oh, you did? That's funny then. I didn't. I know you. I mean, it's you guys are your Seto Kaiba to Peter's Yugi Moto.
I was gonna say Joey Wheeler.
No, Caleb's Joey Wheeler.
But that means Caleb and Peter.
Okay, maybe he's. Hold on, no. Maybe your Yugi. Oh no, this makes way
He's
more
Yugi
sense.
and
Your Yugi, Caleb's your Joey Wheeler, and then Kenny is your.
no,
Peter is your Seto Kaiba
He bullies you.
because he bullies you and he's rich.
Holy shit.
Your life's actually just an anime, and
Kenny, you know what makes it really funny is that Annika is his Mokuba.
I don't know who Mokuba is.
Oh, there goes Josh taking the phone call. Guess I'm in here a little bit longer.
Yeah, you remember when he...
Twisted. Stop saying that.
Okay.
Stop trying to be edgy.
Could you stop taking all of your pickup lines from the incel replies? Twitter.
He runs it.
Hey, don't. Yeah. Speaking of Twitter. Thanks, Nightbot.
We got 5 viewers. Just jumped up.
It's a random jump. What's up, 5 viewers?
I really wish I knew what's going on here.
We don't. This is just literally like dumb people reacts to Flesh and Bloods. I know what Phi does, kind of. I know what Icelander does because I'm reading it.
Is that a Frostbite token thingy on Sean's side from Icelander? It would make sense. Ice, right now.
This is the wrong deck because that's the young Icelander.
Can you please correct me if I'm wrong?
No, Kenny, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the real Icelander.
Stormbind.
Ooh, what's she do?
She could bind me.
You gotta stop saying that, man. Read this for me for the class.
I don't understand anything. So just essence of ice. Okay. If it's not your turn, you may play blue non-attack action cards from your arsenal as though they were an instant. Whenever you play an ice card during an opponent's turn, create a frostbite token under their control. So that was a frostbite token.
We did it.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're insane.
Look at that.
Wes likes to know when it jiggle, when it wiggle. Wes is the best Flesh and Blood player here when he gives a shit.
And not when he forgets his deck at home. Has to come back after taking a round 1 loss.
He literally top-aided.
That's funny too. He top-aided after doing that.
Imagine just being Wes and being so fucking gifted at everything he does. Besides beating me on a team tournament. I've used Caleb's power against Kenny too many times.
I don't think Josh even went to the bathroom. I think he just had to take his phone call.
He took the phone call, and he went to the bathroom, and then he went to get some drink, but then he had to go to the bathroom again because the drink made him pee.
I see.
Do you wear a Yu-Gi-Oh neck, like the what is it? What are they called? The Millennium Eye?
Does Kenny have Millennium Puzzle is what you're asking?
Millennium Puzzle.
Yeah. The
Millennium Eye was Pegasus.
Yes. It's Keith.
Keith
Can you read
is...
that for a second?
Oh, yeah.
After this match is done, I'll also probably be heading in.
Yeah, 100%. 1 second. Jeremy's always going to get out of here, too. It's just going to be me, ya boy, and I. Bringing that fire content. So, yeah, I mean, so this game is really hard to learn, boys and girls. Or I'm just dumb now.
Yes.
Can you bring me, like, do you have people? You don't have people, do we? We're just kind of...
We have Ian and Gage up front. Joe just left. Do you need someone sitting in here?
No. I'm going to do it. Don't worry about it then. How are they doing? Are you guys doing it today?
Yeah, we are good.
Okay. Well, I just want you to know that Kenny has a darkness inside of me. People would call me inside of my mind twisted.
That's kind of weird.
Monica says you're a weird dog.
He's kind of weird.
Fair. Okay.
Tell him to come down here and commentate our Flesh and Blood event.
Yeah, it'd be cool, but my friends don't like me anymore.
Damn.
It hurts my feelings. It doesn't really.
It's so mean. Alright, I'm gonna go put change in the register.
Alright, love it.
Goodbye.
Okay, love, bye-bye. Wes seems to be on his back foot. Sean hasn't stumbled at all, which is what the FI deck kind of loses to from what I've seen and commentating for the last 2 Flesh and Blood events. It's just been, if the deck stumbles, then it's just too much for them. You know, they lose their footing, and then they just have to be on the defensive side of this, and it just does not seem to be an issue. I believe he's coming in for 3, and he has to block with that. He blocked for 2 there. Coming in for another additional 1. Actually, it might be 2, so he might have to block with double. Okay. Wasp full blocked that last attack, and we are going into Wes's turn, which is probably going to be draw 4 pass. And then it goes to Sean's turn. His Fondal is active. His Tunic, I should say, is active. He's going to go up with a... can't remember that card. Gave him a Frostbite. He's pitching red. Attack, fusing with, like, gosh, I wish I knew Fashion Blood cards. But Sean has been playing insanely well for the last 3 weeks. I mean, he's been going to testing every Wednesday. He's been absolutely crushing it. He qualified. I don't think he actually qualified for national. I think he lost in top 8, which is so sad for him. Did you go with him, Kenny? Yeah, and I know. The last thing I got was he was in top 8 and the game was close. But it looks like he got this game. So let me switch over to our second round, our other feature match table. Oh, crap. That is not up right now. Gotcha. That's brutal, dude. Okay, give me 1 second. I will be right back. I have to switch it manually because the mirror broke down when we did it. Well, that was awfully nice of you, Kenny, to give your one to their top 8 opponent. Because you're already in, right? You did top 4 already, so you are already qualified for Road. Kenny is no slouch at Flesh Blood either. But I believe we are going to be... you don't need 2 qualifications. It's very nice of you. I hope he was nice. Gave you some stuff. Plus you wanted to leave? Fair enough. Speaking of Sean...
How's it going, everybody?
We just saw this man win. We were talking about it in the booth, but we'll talk about it again right here. Like I was saying, I don't really know enough about Flesh and Blood to know the cards or anything, but I did know it was just you put a bunch of pressure on him, and he never seemed to be able to get his footing in the game.
Yeah, the matchup's really tough for Islander. She's a straight control deck, and I'm a straight aggro deck, and he did try to slow me down on, he plays card Arctic Incarceration, so when he plays it on my turn, it's going to be 2 Frostbites, which normally in an all red deck, I just happen to have blues. Both times he did it, and even on my Art of War turn, he popped his boots, his Storm Break Striders.
Yeah.
To what are you doing?
Oh, I'm switching.
Oh, the camera's back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
everybody.
no.
I'm watching Andrew fiddlefart on the computer here.
I just had it backwards.
He did what he's supposed to do. I think his gloves, instead of Metacarpus nodes there, I think he probably wants the Ironhide gauntlets, gives him another 2 block. And then he also missed a turn of Waning Moonbeam, which would have put a little bit more pressure. Because as you saw there, once I did my little turn, I had no more Arcane Barrier Protection.
Yeah.
So at that point, if he can slow me down and just chip me,
out.
it's good. But like I said, I set up 3 +1 turns. So I had an Art of War turn, I had a Stubby's turn, and then I had the Spreading Flames turn, and that's really all the deck needs. And as well, I did get 7 damage off of Salt the Wound off the mask. So yeah, that was it. It's a tough matchup. If anyone's looking to play this game, I suggest picking up Fi right now, because it kind of walks itself. There are some complicated lines, as I learned this weekend, but once you get through them, it's a pretty nice deck to play.
Joining us also is Wesley.
Hello.
His opponent, but also
And teammate.
good. Yeah, and teammate. Our locals are so stacked. They're so good.
Rival, arch nemesis,
Right? Yeah.
son,
Still
father.
sleep. Yeah. Yeah. He's wearing my shirt right now, so he can say no. It's just.
I was like, this is a sick anti-bullying bullying club. I got a bunch of those too.
Oh, there's someone outside.
Tell Wes he's a cheater.
Got a box full of stuff.
Ocean Man 94.
Oh
Shout
man,
outs
who's
to
that guy? Yeah.
Tell
Who's that
Wes
guy?
that is Kenneth.
No, I know that.
Oh,
I
okay.
was cracking
Okay.
a joke. What's up, Kenny? I brought your gift with me, but you're not here today.
I have your
So-
hypothermia. I'm playing it in my deck.
Yeah, you'll never get it back now.
No, wacky is a word for that, Wesley.
Oh, yeah?
Wacky's a word for that. So as you see here on stream, you got Christian. I'm sure Andrew's already said that, Christian on Oldham and Peter's on Lexi. Oldham's strategy in this matchup is to weather the arrows, and
Just
that's
Make him run on arrows, right?
But I don't know if Christian's playing the full control build. I know he's a little more aggro, or maybe has an aggro package, but he's just going to block and take minimal damage as possible, and then just arsenal up on his turn. This is Christian's. He's got a lot of experience in this matchup here. He's just going to tick up Tunic and pass, and hopefully he's got 12 block in his hand.
Yeah, if he just full blocks. He's just trying to full block.
Looks like he has a pummel, so he's got 11 block in his hand, and then he's got Tunic or a Crown. He can use Tunic to Crown. Peter does have a Rain Razors, which is, I'm sure Peter's trying to set up
+6 turn.
Yeah.
Rain Razors is +2 for each arrow at instant speed.
And you want to get at least 3 arrows off, otherwise it's just a 0 for 4, which is like a regular attack that Lexi has. So if you can get a 0 for 6, it's a pretty good rate for the arrows. Usually, when you can start with a Rain Razors into a 3 of a kind hand, that's the.
Yeah, I saw 3 of a kind in action in the finals. It was it won in the game. He just went 3 cards.
So this matchup, I think the secret is actually that Oldham has a hard time blocking these 6-card hands.
Yeah.
6 cards being like 2 cards in arsenal, 4 card. So if Peter can set up multiple of these 6 turns, 2 turns, So like you play 2 cards, arsenal 2.
Yeah.
He has to keep doing that. Then Christian actually will probably run out of cards to block with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll just eventually find a hand where he doesn't have a bunch of block, and then just
Yeah,
be done.
and the interesting thing is normally Oldham will present a Frostbite token for 4, and because Voltaire costs 1 to activate, and they're looking to activate the minimum of twice a turn, they are running a high enough blues where it might just
Get him.
It may not matter depending on the hand that you get, and then you just pitch a blue to activate Voltaire for 2, which isn't great, and then you just Frostbite's gone, and then you're back to, like Wesley said,
Awesome.
a 6-card hand. So.
Question, just because I'm trying to learn this so I can help you guys commentate it, so I don't have to bring commentators into it every week. With Lexi, I keep hearing about arrows. What is there a certain amount in the deck? Is it just cards that have arrow typing?
So the So the thing about Ranger, every other hero has a weapon. Rangers have a bow.
Yeah.
So their attacks are mostly arrows. So the bow itself doesn't attack, but it can fire arrows. So when you hear about Lexi runs a limited amount of arrows, so if you just block out the attacks, they don't have anything to do because the weapon itself doesn't do anything on its own.
Yeah, in every other deck, ultimately you're gonna, in fatigue scenarios when people have less cards in deck or like no cards in deck, or just like 2 or 3, you can keep attacking with your weapon.
Yeah.
But for Lexi,
You just
she doesn't
pitch,
get
attack,
that luxury.
pitch, attack, and you just keep cycling.
So Christian's Ultim deck, he'll never run into an issue of like running out of cards to attack with.
So here comes a 3
But
of a
Peter
kind turn.
does.
It looked like it was an Ice Quake from
This actually might
hand
be-
into 3 of a kind.
This might be the game on this turn if Peter can just
He's
attack
got
3 times.
he's got Pulse of Eisenloft in Arsenal. It looks like so. Yeah, looks like Cold Foil Pulse. And again, I don't know if he has a 12. It looks like he has 2 Glacials. Might have a 12 block hand. If Peter can fire off 3 arrows here,
The game just might be over.
it just might be. Yeah, because he has next to his tunic with the counter on it, he
Yeah.
has Bullseye's Bracers, so he can load a third time,
Okay.
and that card will get +1. So it lets that third arrow come off. So he can play Rain of Razors at instant speed. So
It's important because like on 3 of a kind turns, you can only play cards from Arsenal.
Correct. So he's loading an arrow
So
here,
that's why-
and only the cards that could be played from his arsenal. can
And
be
his
played.
arsenal, is it work different way? He has to arsenal a card. That's how he loads his arrow.
Yeah. So
Yes.
the
it's really like good flavor.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the it's like knocking an arrow. So the bow and arrow puts a card face up, or the bow puts a arrow face up into the arsenal zone.
So it's a
and then
diff-
it's played out. Yeah.
Okay, but he can actually have an additional card face down still, or no?
Because of New Horizons?
Yeah, New Horizons. His headpiece, New Horizons, says that if he has a face-up card in his arsenal, he gets an additional card in his arsenal. So he
That's
can
insane.
have that. So
Just
he,
for Rangers.
Yeah, just for Rangers. So he can, if he ends a turn with a card face up, he can arsenal another card face down, which lets him Lexi flip over that card and then.
And then continue
So
doing it.
you'll see good Ranger players will leave a card face up so they can always have that extra arsenal, especially if it's, in this case, Rain of Razors or another arrow.
So the downside to the New Horizon is if you block with it, it breaks all your arsenal, if you still have any, and it just breaks.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just
So
don't
it's
have
one
to
time,
have
2 block.
Yep.
Yeah.
So usually, if you can force them to block with New Horizon, they have a very tough time playing the rest of the game. This doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, this deck actually does pretty well with 1 arsenal.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
In the late game, if he's got Art of War turns, it's still a decent.
But the two arsenal slot is just how you set up like these big combo turns.
Yeah.
And I think like people have finally started figuring out Lexi more, so that you're just playing like this insane aggro deck that has a potential of decking kind of like Dredge, but it just does so much damage right now that it's hard.
It's incredibly bursty.
It's pretty crazy because Peter's been trying to figure out what to do with Lexi for it feels like a year. Like he's always been on like the or you guys, because you're his test group, have always been like, he's always been like, oh, it's lightning Lexi, oh, it's this.
Looks like we have Pulse of Eisenloft played from Arsenal, Wesley. So block 6, he takes 2, and he'll get a Frostbite token. Oh, that wasn't a Frostlock. That's a Buzz or Blizzard Bolt or whatever, because he just got a Frostbite from getting hit by it. So Peter is going to try to maximize this hand. He's going to load a Bolt and Shot, which is interesting here because if this card hits, it allows Peter to load. Now that his arsenal's empty, Bolt and Shot has the reload mechanic, which says if it hits, he gets to load a card from hand. So he could fire potentially another arrow.
Okay.
That way you don't have to use your
bullseye
bow to do
bracers.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the bow or the bullseye's bracers. It just lets. So it looks like.
And
blocking
how much does it
4,
cost
6
to reload?
It's free.
Depends.
It depends. Yeah, most of the cards that have reload mechanic are free. It's just an effect. If this one has to hit to do it, there are other arrows that just let you reload. A few traps nobody plays that reload.
But like for other purposes, like when you're using the bow, it costs 1 to load.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it costs. I think even the bullseye bracers cost 1.
Yeah.
So this one is really good if it hits. It's just another free arrow. The problem is, I think he blocked it, so he doesn't get to. But the problem with that is Voltaire gives you +1 on your next arrow,
Yeah.
or go again. So like you don't get that benefit if you're not paying the extra
Gotcha.
to load with Voltaire. Deck is super sweet.
So he's looking if he wants to go. I think endless arrow here. Well, so he's going to go with bolt and shot to try to draw more cards out of Christian's hand. He doesn't know. I would load endless arrow here because with rain razors and bullseye bracers, that's a +3, so it's 7, and it would force an equipment block from Christian. You wouldn't get rain razors back, but you'd get to load. Maybe. What do you think? Bolt and shot or endless arrow here to load?
It depends on how much resources he has left. I can't.
Looks like
really
1.
tell.
He has 1 floating.
Because it costs 1 to fire the endless arrow. So
That's what I'm saying. You could.
So you need to like pitch 1.
Well, he has 1 floating, so he could load endless arrow here and then fire it off. It'll be a 7, and if it hits, it'll go back to his hand. That's the
Oh.
key there. If he could pull 2 more cards, if Christian wanted to, get rid of the arrow completely, he blocks with 2 cards if they're 3 blocks, and then Crater Fist here, probably not Tunic, and then he wouldn't have a turn. But Peter, yeah, he's loading endless arrow. He's going to fire endless arrow. So it's 7.
We're gonna
Endless
have
arrow's also free,
extra
by the way.
bigger dice, by the way,
Endless
coming.
arrow's 0.
oh, it is.
Endless arrow's a 0.
Sorry,
for
loading
4.
it costs 1.
Loading it costs 1, yeah. So it's 7.
Block 6. I
Block
believe.
6, take 1.
Or no? Oh no, it's +1.
Oh, because of pulse. Pulse, yes.
So if
Oh,
that's
that's
like
why. 8 block, yeah.
no, it only affects
Elemental.
Elemental. So if
Yeah,
that's
those
an
are double glacial. That's what he blocked with.
glacial doesn't. It's not elemental. It's ice or earth. I think.
Pulse is ice, earth, or elemental cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just like all the other.
That's pretty good.
Pulse of Bolthaven is ice,
Oh,
lightning,
yeah.
or elemental
Yeah, I
cards.
think you're right. You're right. Because
That's why it works on the hammer.
That's why it works on my freaking Okono.
yeah. Wesley's famous. Kenny will know here. Storm Shadows only works on Wizard, not Winter's Bite. Ooh, Wesley, you Winter's Bited me with Storm Shadows.
Oh,
bro.
good
Tell
call.
us. Oh, look at that.
Well,
Good
I would've
thing I
died
won.
anyway.
Good thing I won that game, huh, Kenny?
Wes, you are cheating.
I just didn't
Hey.
know. It's
okay.
my first time
It's the first time
playing
playing
the deck.
Islander, yeah.
Well, second game, I guess. Welcome.
man.
Hog champion. There's 4. There gonna be about to be 4 people in here.
About to be
Gang,
hot
gang,
up
gentlemen.
in here. Hot up in here.
Howdy.
We're watching Christian versus Peter, and Christian just had Peter just had a really big turn, but Christian had the Pulse of Eisenloft to block everything.
Didn't take us.
I think he took like 4 damage.
No, he took 4
Oh,
damage.
he took 4. You're right.
He was at 12.
But for Rain and Razor 3 of a kind turn, I'm
That was-
happy taking 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a.
There's all the gas. Peter is pointing out that there are no more explosive turns left for Lexi. It's just 2 arrows a turn here.
So now Peter is going to be setting up for like a 3 arrow turn somehow towards the end of the game to
Yeah.
close it out, and poking in between.
Yep. There's a lightning press. Christian's like, that's not all the tricks up your sleeve. Oh, they're gone too? Oh, it's over. Christian's like, cool, I can block.
Oh, all of the instant speed cards that do not block. What is that last card?
Oh boy.
3 of a
dude.
kind.
Wow.
Peter's out of the explosive cards for Lexi. So you're right. Peter will try to set up a 3 card, but the problem with that is doing so this late. It looks like he has is that Lightning Surge in his hand?
Yeah.
So he could set up a free go again attack.
So it's crazy that like even though Christian is down to like a quarter of his health, or actually a sixth of his health,
He might just be dead.
Peter
Fifth of
might
himself.
be dead.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Peter
Yeah,
might just
if
be
he
dead.
runs
He just
out.
didn't do enough damage,
Yeah.
or Christian's blocks just lined up too well.
I think it was really well played with the Pulse of Eisenloft.
Yeah.
I think.
Christian's a pretty good Olden player.
But this is also why we didn't play Lexi for a while, because like the Guardian
Was just so
blocking
much
out-
better.
It was a very popular deck.
But yeah, it was a
Oldham-
showstopper, right?
well, Showstopper, Ultimate, and even the last one, Star of the Show.
Yeah.
That one was super powerful, where it would attack you and make you, and him to track you every turn.
Here comes the hammer. He's got a card in hand, so he gets to Arsenal for Crown. Yeah, he's Christian. Peter's gonna be taking it with a Frostbite, and now Peter, like Wesley said,
This
is
is
just
the
gonna
corner
try to-
turn.
Yeah, he's gonna do his best here.
It's definitely not over yet.
Definitely not.
It's just he's probably down to like a lot of weaker arrows,
Yes.
like blue arrows.
Looks like he has a searing shot in hand, so that's potentially 5.
Really easy to block. For
Yes,
Christian, so.
yeah, for Oldham it's especially. Considering he has Crown, yeah, he loads the
And
searing
he has
shot.
the shield.
Yeah, and he has shield, exactly. Pitch a blue here, and you're just carrying quite a bit. You're just going to sink that. Yep. Just gonna put a card on bottom. Uh-oh. Here comes
Is it
another. I think that's a
Fatigue?
shot, yeah.
I keep getting fatigue and sleep.
Sleep dart, they look really close, yeah.
They're similar, and similar types of effects.
So he kept his arsenal to play Staunch and use the shield. So he has got 2 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards? Just a 4, no ice.
Peter kind of counting the remaining cards to see what he's setting up.
If he's going to be able to even set something up that's going to be explosive enough to beat this.
Yeah, because if he, like, Wesley, or not Wesley, sorry, Lexi is in trouble when she starts playing the Winter's Bites to try to
yeah.
extract cards out of your hand.
Yeah.
So you saw that Peter blocked here.
Yeah.
Um,
He's just going to arsenal for a 6-card hand is what he's got going on there.
yeah.
But now we've got
Christian can, if he's lucky, he
can
has
pitch-
like an
he can
old
pi-
turn.
he can pitch
that would
Heart of
be
Fyendel here.
back-breaking.
He can pitch hard to Fyendel and get a life back. He'll go back to 9.
He
Just
has
go for 8 dominate.
any... Oh, he could probably crown first to see if he can
Yeah.
get an attack, maybe? Unless he already has one in his hand.
He's got Macho Grande in hand.
That's not a big deal.
Just
you
8
really,
dominate.
you really want an attack that has like an on-hit effect.
On effect, yeah.
You see how quickly Peter's just taking his damage. He has the life buffer to play with.
To set up and wait for the turn.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that 1 life right there could be really important.
But if he had something like an
So
open old that makes him
Frostbite?
discard on hit, then Peter's like, oh, he can only block with 1 card. He'd be super far behind even though he has the life lead.
Gotcha.
So here comes Icequake from Arsenal. Gale of Frostbite. Here's the first Lexi activation. So Peter will go down 1 resource. He's going to load, looks like Fatigue Shot here, and give it a go again because he's got a headshot in hand. Yep,
Christian. Sponsored by Ultra Pro.
7.
I love how corny the hat is. It's
I love it.
It's what does it say? Up your game, ultra pro your game. I love how corny it is.
Looks
It's
like,
just so corny.
It's so good.
I know.
is that a Blizzard in hand or is that a Winners? This looks like Winners.
I'm going to be real with you. Every ice card I've ever seen looks the
It's the same,
exact
yeah.
same.
There's a problem where like some of the elemental cards look like another element, like an ice or a lightning, and that's the worst part. There's like a lightning card that looks like an ice
So
card because it's super blue.
Blocking. He's pitching to play Oasis Respite. He'll gain a life and prevent all of the damage. Block 7, gain a life. Still got 1 floating, so he has Shield available and Staunch. He's probably going to Arsenal. There's a headshot straight up. So 4, go again. Or, I don't know if Peter wants to fire that. Probably just... He uses
Christian
Tunic Resource.
Is super comfortable just blocking everything.
Blocks everything out. Peter's, there's a 6-card turn
Did
that
he
Peter
gain a
has.
life because of Oasis or something?
Oasis
Yeah.
Respite, yeah.
Wow.
And from Heart of Fyendel. So in back-to-back turns, he gains a life while Peter does no damage.
Yeah. The deck is very good. Tough time playing against Prism, but a solid choice for Classic Constructed still.
Yeah. It's Big Santa, as I like to call him. Here's a Chilling Ice Vein fused, so if it hits, he'll have to discard a card. The problem with that is that he's got to reveal that card, and it looks like Hypothermia, so that's one less attack that he has. And so Christian can block this out and not be worried about. So he's just going to take and then discard, pay the 1. So there goes.
Well, that's good for him.
He's got 2 floating.
He doesn't have crown, so he can't block effectively.
Correct.
He pitched. But this would have been the turn to use Tunic if he had it. But
Yep.
I think he might have used it last turn.
I think Peter could have used Tunic there to fire that fatigue shot off and then Arsenal Hypothermia to give himself the extra Arsenal slot.
I think Peter might know that he's not.
Long for this world.
Yeah. So Christian even took damage on that turn just to set up his arsenal so that he can block effectively for the remainder of the game.
Which is really high level stuff if you really think about it. Just like knowing when you can take the chip damage to set up the rest of your your block out turns is like way good.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, as a rule of thumb, it's just good to just set up your arsenal when you can. For that deck specifically. You know, Crown of Seeds, people have kind of likened it to Sensei's Divining Talk.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very powerful, and you always want to have it online. Christian counting the remaining hope left.
Yeah, I believe this is definitely a fatigue game for Christian.
5, go again.
Kind of good, because it is very annoying to block. If he can get a 4 block, like a defense reaction, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Nope, just
Shield and a card.
Shield, crown, and a card. Blocks 5.
But now he's gonna be vulnerable. Oh, okay.
Peter's gonna take turn off.
He knew. Christian knew that Peter just needed to set up more turns, so it was okay to use all of his breakpoint blocks. Oh, he even gets to attack this turn? Man.
Frosty 4. Box 4. Taking cards out of Peter's hand. And the thing is he's going to draw into more dominate attacks that he's just going to be able to chip. Peter has to just draw up. Peter has nothing. He's looking for arrows there. Crowns. There it is.
This is,
discard a card. Pay 1. Oh, he's not. He's going to save it. Here's another Macho Grande. Just 12 damage. He pitches 3 cards, puts 3 cards back in his deck, and swings for 8. That's Oldham. And here he's back cycling Heart of Fyendale, so he's going to gain
still
life.
gain life. That's
he
really
can still
funny.
gain life here. He's going to gain 2 life off that card. So he's going to pitch, crown.
Okay. Something activating Lexi in response.
In response to the Frostbite trigger.
Oh, so they're specifying that when you activate Lexi, you have to respond. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think it works favorably that you can always respond to the ice.
You can respond to the Frostbite trigger if you want.
But it seems like I'm not sure if here is just thinking that we have to respond to Lexi's activation.
No, you can just wait for the Frostbite trigger to be placed on the stack from Lexi's ability, and then
We'd have to check the wording on that probably. I know.
I'm about 99% certain
I
that
think
you can
so
respond
too.
to it.
I think so too.
Because Frostbites are a triggered layer on the stack, and every time that happens, each player gets a chance, and Crown is an instant. If Crown was not an instant, then I don't think you could, but...
I like the site. Looks pretty good.
What are you going to?
Why aren't you looking for Crown?
Lexi. I know Crown's an instant.
Oh, sorry.
So Lexi, sorry.
Sorry,
What
Dad.
bro. Dang, Doc. No, that's
That's his limit. Oh, man, that was last matchup.
Jeez. Tier 4 hero right there, Lexi.
Wow, they have not updated this in a while. Oh.
Once per turn action, turn a face down card. If it's a landing card, your next deck if it's a nice card, create a Frostbite. Yeah, so in response to the creating a Frostbite token, you can respond with the Crown of Seeds.
I think he's thinking that it's all one text, so if you let Lexi go through, then he automatically gets the Frostbite.
Yeah, but that's not how that works.
So
the
let's-
Frostbite creates
A trigger.
Are we still on the same turn?
He's firing, yes, a 7 arrow with Ice Quake, and Peter got blizzarded.
That's.
He's going to use it to keep it go again.
That's really brutal.
Christian did gain a life.
This is Peter's chance to deal some major damage because Blizzard is really bad because it does not block.
It does not block.
But if it works and they have no blue, then it blocks a lot.
So
High risk.
takes 3
Yeah,
damage.
high risk.
Goes to 5.
Terrible card.
Takes 2. Gets a
You don't
frostbite
like
to
high
it.
variance cards, do you?
No.
No,
Wesley's a
I think it's good, but it's like so many times you get burned because it doesn't block.
Peter has 5 cards left in the deck. 3 of them are arrows.
So many ways to go wrong.
It looks like he has a hypothermia in hand as well. That's a pitch card. Because you ain't playing it.
Also, just so you guys know, this chime is accurate, so they do only have 2 minutes.
Okay. So yeah,
So
he's
in
gonna
a-
fire. He's gonna have to pitch.
No worries. I assume Peter will probably concede if. Within the next 3 turns. I think.
I think Christian is okay.
Christian just needs to survive.
I think he just blocks with Tunic and a card, and then Arsenals. Here.
He would
Looks
love
like it.
to Arsenal.
Yep. Block with a card and Tunic.
Oh,
So he's gonna take one.
Okay.
So he takes another Frostbite because he. Oh, it's the Chilling Ice Fan was not fused. Yeah, so he doesn't need to block with Tunic there.
Well. Yeah.
I thought the first one was Chilling Ice Fan. But
He's not going to attack him back anyway, so the frostbite doesn't even matter. It's just deciding whether you're going to get another activation out of Tunic or whether it's just better to keep your life high while you can.
yeah.
Usually saving your equipment.
Looks
as
like
long
that's
as you can is
another Blizzard in hand.
good. That's just too funny.
That's just too bad there, buddy. What's interesting here is that Peter is at the point where he's got 3 actions that don't do anything and 1 arrow, and I don't know what he arsenaled, but he might be taking a turn off here.
Seems wild.
And Christian he's just passing to block with cards out of his hand.
I'm surprised he didn't want to flip it so that he can arsenal another card.
Yeah, he would draw, but I think he wants to block and then draw up, I guess, trying to force that 5, but he's going to crown. He's got 2 floating. Crown at the end of Peter's turn. Tunic. Channel Lake Frigid.
Oh, that's
Hammer. That's just going to wreck Peter there.
Channel's going to make everything that Peter does cost 1 more, and
Yep.
So he has to double block.
Yep.
I think he was going to double block anyway.
Yeah,
but
he just wants to
this
draw.
This is not looking hot. And this is why we were like, man, this deck is great, but so many people love playing Guardian that you just have to do this for, 14 rounds. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
You just got to think so much.
Yep.
And that is time of the round.
Great.
Can you go tell him, Wes?
I'll tell them.
Thank you, Wes.
I think.
So Peter is on the final turn. Christian kept Channel out, and I think that just ends Peter's turn. He's trying to wait for Channel to go away, and I think that would constitute a draw right there. We'll see if they play it out, because technically the time happens when somebody tells you. I don't think Christian can force 8 damage here. He doesn't have any big attacks left. He's just crowning to gain life. Nope, he's going to attack. And then Channel goes away, and this would look like Peter's got to force 6 damage here, and it's probably not going to happen. He's going to get a go again on his next attack. He gets to load an arrow. That gets go again. Because of the lightning surge. So here's all of the gusto from Peter. He either wins this turn
Or loses.
or loses.
Yeah, either way, this is the last turn, right?
Yeah. The thing here is that Christian can
Garnis,
use Tunic. He's got 5. So he's got... Blizzard. That's rough. There's a Blizzard out of hand. Some more cards Peter's putting back in the deck. He takes 1. Lightning Surge for 4. Go again from Arsenal. I think you just block 2 cards here. Oh, yeah, Tunic, yeah. Use Tunic. That's 1 card in Tunic. There's a 4 block. Load. And shoot for 4. Box 4. Actually,
You don't even have to block
you
4.
could just block,
Arsenal pass.
take 1. Yeah, that's it. That's all the arrows.
All right, guys. We will be right back with round 3.
Thank you.
everybody. That is the wrap up for our Flesh and Blood Armory Locals event tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I appreciate you all for sticking around. We hope to see you all next time in our next live stream. Thank you. Bye-bye.